Welcome to UFO Buster Radio, episode number 259 of UFO Buster Radio News Report. But there is no report. Well, kind of there is, but there's not. Slightly confusing, I know. But I talked to you guys last week and I said, listen, I got a scientific paper of sorts from Paul, which came into the UFO Buster Radio page on Facebook. And here's the deal. I skimmed through it, right? Because, you kind of got to get to the nitty gritty. There is so much information in that thing. It is, seriously, there is a ton of info. There's no way I could have broken this down for you on the podcast. The document is from the Scientific Coalition for UFOlogy. Forget about that's the filler word. Scientific Coalition for UFOlogy, and they had an analysis of what happened to the carrier group that involved Fravors' Tic Tac incident. You already know what I'm about to say because you've looked at the title for episode 259, and you're saying, here he goes again. Here we go. He's telling us we need to leave some things behind. Yeah, I think it's time that we let go of a lot of things when it comes to this topic. You just gotta let it go. But don't let go of this. Don't let go of the podcast. Facebook pages, Manny Moonraker, UFO Buster Radio. Instagram, at Manny Moonraker. The Twitter's at UFO Buster Radio. And I want to start a new hashtag, Save Manny. That's right, hashtag Save Manny. Every time you post something about a UFO, hashtag it. Add the hashtag Save Manny. Why? We have to increase listenership, otherwise the podcast is going bye-bye at the end of the year. Folks, you've got to share, you've got to like, you got to use the hashtag Save Manny and help me bring the interest to the topic of ufology the only way that I can deliver it. And that's a true story, like what I'm about to tell you right now. I'm about to tell you that all the stories you heard from the past, all these movies that you like watching, all this nonsense about legacy UFO incidents, it's a bunch of crud. What I'm about to say is get your heads out of your asses, basically. It's time. The time is now. We got to do it. Don't let Tom DeLonge and the To the Stars Academy get all the goodness out of this. Yeah, I said that. And don't let Deuce Bigalow, the Space Gigolo, also siphon the Nimitz incident as well. You can't. You owe it to the men and women of the armed forces who experience these things to come full force and get some answers. They're out there protecting the country, right? One way or another, they're putting their lives on the line. And you can't let them face a barrage of people who are basically thinking that they've fallen off their rocket, sniffed too much of that jet fuel. If you really believe, you've got to believe that the Nimitz incident is mission critical for ufology. And stop talking about this soft fucking disclosure. Forget about that shit. Forget about it. Let's just get into this. I gotta say this much. This particular paper, I've got to post it in the UBR Truth Seekers for the members of that Facebook group to actually look at this thing. It is 268 pages of nothing but a cold, hard, stern look at the Nimitz incident as we know it, the hashtag Tic Tac. That's what this is about. And it is, and let me just read you the title because it says it all. A forensic analysis of Navy Carrier Strike Group 11's encounter with an anomalous aerial vehicle, or, as they say within this, an AAV. We all know the Nimitz incident. So let me just kind of recap it for you guys, just for the 5 that don't know. On November 14, 2004, the U.S. Navy Carrier Strike Group 11, CSG 11, including the USS Nimitz, nuclear aircraft carrier, and the USS Princeton missile carrier, were conducting a training exercise off the coast of Southern California when the Navy's radar system detected as many as 20 AAVs. One of those incidents happened with Lieutenant Commander Fravor. And he's been everywhere thanks to the Stars Academy doing interviews. Him and Elizondo. Now, you know what? I've never had a good feeling about Elizondo, because so many questions about him, how he attained the videos and all that kind of stuff. But you know what? I don't really care about Elizondo or To the Stars Academy. My question is, what about the folks that witnessed the incident? Not the guy that, quote unquote, kind of did like Robin Hood and walked off with the videotapes. What about the folks that were actually there in the jets as part of the flotilla? What about those guys? How do we help them out by ignoring one of the single most pivotal incidents in modern times? It just escapes me how we can turn on to different podcasts, different TV shows and stuff like that, and they're still talking about Roswell. For what? What is Roswell going to get you when everyone is dead? You've got folks now who are alive, who are part of the army, part of the military, should I say, and they're alive. There's a few that might be retired. Some of them are in hiding, I guess. But there are some that came out, did videos, interviews. This particular document not only gives you an analysis using math, it tells you what the population is, the witnesses. It gives you a chronology of events. But not only that, but these guys actually were submitting FOIAs. They've actually collected a bunch of FOIAs that were connected to this particular incident. It is 268 pages of constant research, asking questions, and trying to figure out why these requests are being ignored. Why is it that the general public, really, after you read all of this, when you look at all the information they've put here, the question that we have to ask ourselves is, why would the general public not care? Let me read that again. It is the U.S. Navy's Carrier Strike Group 11, which consists of the USS Nimitz nuclear aircraft, USS Princeton missile cruiser. Why wouldn't you care that a couple of tic-tac shaped UFOs in size, almost the size of one of the jets, really ran around like they really didn't care? Like nothing was going to happen to them. And these weren't any kind of jets. These were F-18 Hornets, Super Hornets, F-18Fs. The most advanced tracking systems. Advanced targeting forward-looking infrared, or ATFLIRs. Radars could not keep up with these things. The calculated acceleration of these AAVs ranged from 40 Gs up to hundreds of Gs. Hundreds of Gs. Can you believe that? By comparison, if you look at, let's say, maybe an astronaut on the space shuttle, way back in the day when we had one, an astronaut on a space shuttle would feel about 3 G's worth of force. 3 G's to get into space. That is crazy. Now, we see a lot of news. I read to you last week, some knucklehead was talking about the Russians taking down an F-35, right? An F-35, they're limited to 9 Gs, according to this report, but they've maintained structural integrity up to 13.5 Gs. Nowhere near 40, nowhere near hundreds of Gs. So why isn't that an issue? Why isn't anyone up in arms about the fact that our pretty much the latest and greatest jet in our arsenal, the F-35, barely holds it together at 13.5 Gs? How many billions of dollars did we spend for that? And these Tic Tacs would run circles around it. But nobody cares about that. That's just so strange. It's almost like being in a Twilight Zone. But yet, you get on shows and you hear people talking about Roswell and some of these old UFO incidents, the Lubbock Lights, Phoenix Lights, the Nimitz incident, the incident with the this carrier group. It completely overshadows any other incident ever in the history of UFOs. Completely, in every single way. Hey, Carlos online right now. Carlos says at 13.5 Gs, Bugs would shit a brick. Well, I can tell you right now, Bugs doesn't even need a half a G to shit a brick. He's very good at that. So he'll save some of the gigawatts to get that thing out. But this is what I'm saying. We have to push for this. And I think that this is what this group is doing. They're fighting for some kind of disclosure. But the thing is, you're not going to get it. If you're able to connect all these dots, make all these conclusions, get all these calculations together, then when you look at all this, you know exactly why you're not going to get it. This paper is basically a blueprint for why you're not going to get a single iota of information from anyone. Not one bit. Not a single bit. Here's a quote from Petty Officer Gary Voorhees. He was on the Princeton's Command Information Center. And that's basically where they get all the radar info, they get electronic data, and they hear voices from the combatants as it's happening real time, right? They got a little speaker there. And, Fravor was, reporting what he was seeing and everywhere else that was up in the air. Here's a quote for him. At certain point, there ended up being multiple objects that were tracking. That was towards the end of the encounter, and they all generally zoomed around at ridiculous speeds and angles and trajectories, and then eventually they all bugged out faster than our radars. We were getting what we call spot radar sightings, where it would just catch a glimpse of it as it was moving so fast that our radar could not register it, and then they were all gone. Just like that. The Navy's advanced radar systems, nuclear aircraft, missile cruiser, F-18 Hornets, and it just left everyone dumbfounded. Completely dumbfounded. And this happened not in 1947, not 1935, not 1898, not even in the 1960s. It happened in 2004. To add insult to injury, if the government really didn't care about it, they wouldn't have been investigating it. If they didn't have interest in it, the audio tapes wouldn't disappear. Data from this wouldn't be hidden from people. Again, some of the FOIA requests that are here, some of the answers, actually has names redacted from it. Certain lieutenants, commanders, and things like that, their names got redacted from the response that the group received. Why is that? Why is it important to hide the people that were involved, which were actual witnesses, basically? Aren't too many people that were on the ships at that time that did not know that there were jets up there chasing around AAVs. Up to 20 of them. It's just madness. I'm going to go and post this document into the Facebook group tomorrow evening. So I got to see if I can shrink it some. I don't know if Facebook allows documents of this size to be put up there. But I got to put it up there because I think anyone that's interested in this particular incident, anyone that's willing to just give up all of these old incidents, just shake them off just for a second. Dive in the next 30 days into the Nimitz incident and put aside Tom DeLonge, put aside To the Stars Academy and everything they're trying to do. Just hide that away. Put it in your back pocket. Take all of these legacy incidents and just erase them from your mind. Let's say today you got out of your bed, you fell off the turnip truck, and you hit yourself on the Nimitz. Just sit there. You know nothing about UFOs, but you hear this incident being reported. I'm telling you, it's shock and awe. It is a pivotal situation where people who believe in this really need to dig into it. Because honestly, if the folks back during Roswell actually did or said anything worth a damn, we wouldn't be wondering about Roswell today. Are we going to be the ones that sit around and do nothing, not ask enough questions, not try to find the evidence which is available now? We're not going back 50 years. It's available now. It happened in 2004. The investigation from the government ended in 2012. We don't want to be the Roswell rejects. We don't want to be victims like the folks at Roswell, talking about metal memory and all that shit. And you know what? To the Stars Academy, who gives a fuck about your metamaterial? We need the answers for what happened with the Nimitz, because that's important. And people need to wake up, because if we're paying billions of dollars to protect the country, or any country for that matter, paying all this money to have 20 vehicles just dance around your most advanced weaponry, there's a problem. There's a huge problem. And it has to be recognized. Okay, this is the episode for today. I hope you guys really think about the Nimitz. You know, get away from To the Stars Academy and Tom DeLonge. Just get away from that. Really look at the incident for what it is. It is your modern day Roswell. And we've got all this technology in our hands for a reason. Just use it. By the way, I got a cute little song here I'm going to play called Still Waters Run. It's pretty cool, so hope you enjoy. I might catch you again in 48 hours, not 24. But between the 14th and the 15th, I've got the one and only Ronnie Dawson coming on here. But he won't be on here alone. Mrs. Dawson is coming, because she's got some info to share about her experience living through the Ronnie experience. It's going to be great. Ciao.
If you want to, I'll get you flowers waiting around the bend. Baby, let's just pretend. I wanna stay like this forever. I wanna stay right here with you. I wanna stay right here with you. As the rest we fall, until it all breaks down. great relief to be understood. It's a shame still